So the last stage of the duck is to place on his beak, which we do using surface crochet. So we're going to go in and out of the work with the crochet hook to do one row of slip stitch and then build up from there. So the places that are of importance, I try and aim for it starting here, this little stitch here below his eye. You can see that one that I mean there. And the other one would be the equivalent on this side of that eye. So those are the two places I'm aiming at starting, coming down, along, up and along back to where that would have been. Okay, so I'm going to take those out. The idea is to end up with 8 surface slip stitches so that you can do 8 single crochet on the next round and then do some decreases on the final round. So obviously I'm going to use a nice bright orange. You could just use the chenille yarn and that would be fine for your beak sticking out. It would be strong enough, it wouldn't go floppy at all, but just for making it a little bit stiffer. And if you are going to be selling your work, it needs to be strong enough to withstand the UKCA safety tests. So I do these two together to make it stronger and just crochet the two together. So I'm going to go in at the point that I mentioned and go this direction first of all to pull through the 2 bits of yarn and just pull them up through where I was aiming for. Then I'm going to turn the work and go downwards, and I need to try and make 8 slip stitches on this duck. So I'm going to go in on the next one and then turn, yarn over and pull. Oh, can you see that was off camera? Let me do that again just in case it was. I'm hoping that I can also do this in one take and not have to take it off and start again. Oops, pull that to the side. So I'm going to go in and through to the next one, yarn over, pull through and pull through the one that was on my hook, and that's the first one here. Then I need to go along and do my second one, and then a third one. Let's just check what we've got so far. It's only really 2. Okay, let's go in and up. Oops, catch that, pull that through, put it through that one. Then we've got that line across there. Then we're going to go along the other direction, along the top. Put it through the one that's on the hook. Go through the next one. And the next one where we started, or we pulled it through. And then go down to where we started. So we should have, hopefully, oh, I don't think that one pulled through. Hang on, let me just do that one more time so that I can get that one through as well. I got the chenille, but I didn't catch the cotton. There we go. So let's have a little count. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I just need to do one more back to where we started. I think that should do it. This is the fiddliest of the bits. Okay, let's count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and uncount that one as the 8th, I think. As long as you can make somehow 8 single crochets in this first row. So I'm going to do a chain and then go into the first one here. Whether you catch the whole stitch or just the front loop only, it doesn't matter too much, but just try and get 8 single crochets in this next row. So that's the first one there. I think I'm just going to mark that so I know where I started. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then along the top, sometimes they're a bit tight, so just try and push your way in. That's it. 5, 6, 7, 'and one more. Let's do that one there. See if we can get one in there. There we go. 7, 8. So there we go. If I just pull that through a little bit, take my hook out, you can just see now where the beak is sticking out. We've got our 8 single crochets around there. Now we're going to do a decrease, 1 stitch, a decrease, 1 stitch and a decrease, and that should take us round to the end, and then we just sew it up. So I'll just do that little bit. So my crochet is not that smooth. It's so hot today. I'm absolutely roasting. So we go into where the stitch marker is. Actually, we're just going to try and get the front loop only. I'll just try and remember this bit. So I'm going to go front loop for an invisible decrease of the first 2 single crochets, then a single crochet, then I'm going to go front loop again and front loop round the corner for another invisible decrease, followed by a single crochet, and then a front loop and a final front loop for a single crochet, or an invisible decrease I mean, and then I'm just going to slip stitch it off somehow, somewhere around here. Just try and pick something up to do a slip stitch, just to put it through and finish it off. And pull that through. There we go, so that's reasonably beak-like. Quite happy with how that's turned out. See it sticking out and comes sort of close, smaller towards the end. Then I'm just going to, where's my needle gone? Let me get another one. Thread the two of these together, and then we're just going to put a couple of stitches around here, try and cover up the cotton yarn. It should do when it's got the chenille tied over the top of it, and another one there, and maybe just one more there. Then I'm going to thread the needle, or pop the needle through here to where we started. Actually, now I'm going to try and go underneath, actually, because where we started is actually underneath the beak. So I'm going to pull that through there, like so. And then get this starting end, pop that through and come up at the same space to tie off. If you can see that under any bits there, just try and pull a chenille bit over it, or just bring this back up and just go over the top of it. So then you just tie yourself your knot, and then pull the knot through like I've done in all the other pieces. I think I'm just going to go back over and just cover that little bit of yarn with this last piece of chenille, and then there's your beak. Imagine that's all gone. There's your beak and your finished rubber duck.